Ghosts, spirits, apparitions. For millennia, they've haunted our stories, our nightmares, and our imaginations. But why are we so captivated by the unseen? Welcome to The Science of Ghosts, Exploring Paranormal Phenomena. In this series, we'll delve deep into the mysterious world of ghosts, blending science with the supernatural to uncover the truths behind the tales. Throughout history, every culture has its own ghost stories. From the phantoms of ancient Egypt to the specters of Victorian England, the idea of spirits lingering after death is a universal concept. But what is it about ghosts that has captured human fascination across the ages? Tonight, we'll journey through time to explore the origins of ghost stories, their evolution, and their impact on societies around the world. Our journey begins in ancient Mesopotamia, one of the cradle civilizations of humanity. This region, often referred to as the birthplace of civilization, was home to some of the earliest known cultures and societies. The Sumerians believed in an underworld called Kur, where souls would reside after death. This underworld was a dark and dreary place, a stark contrast to the vibrant life above ground. However, restless spirits, or gadid, could return to the living world, often due to improper burials or unresolved issues. These spirits were thought to wander the earth, seeking resolution or revenge. In Mesopotamian culture, ghosts were often seen as malevolent beings who could inflict diseases or misfortunes on the living. They were feared and respected, and their presence was taken very seriously. Rituals and offerings were made to appease them, highlighting the importance of proper burial rites and remembrance. These practices were deeply ingrained in their society, ensuring that the dead were honored and their spirits were at peace. Moving to ancient Egypt, the afterlife was a central aspect of their culture. The Egyptians had a complex belief system surrounding death and the afterlife, which was reflected in their elaborate burial practices and monumental tombs. Egyptians believed in the Ka and Ba, the spiritual components of a person. The Ka was considered a person's life force, while the Ba was their personality or soul. The Ba, represented as a human-headed bird, would return to the body each night. This nightly reunion was essential for the deceased to continue their existence in the afterlife. If proper rituals weren't performed, the Ba could become lost, returning as a ghost to haunt the living. These ghosts were often seen as restless and could bring misfortune to those who neglected their duties. In ancient China, ancestral worship was paramount. The Chinese believed that their ancestors played a crucial role in their daily lives and could influence their fortunes. The belief was that ancestors could influence the fortune of the living, providing protection and guidance. This connection between the living and the dead was maintained through regular rituals and offerings. And rituals were conducted to honor and appease them. These rituals were a way to show respect and ensure that the ancestors were content in the afterlife. The concept of Hun and Po, the spiritual elements of a person, played a significant role in how ghosts were perceived. The Hun was the spiritual, ethereal soul, while the Po was the corporeal, physical soul. If these elements were not properly balanced, it was believed that the spirit could become a ghost, lingering in the world of the living. Religions around the world have shaped our understanding of ghosts, often intertwining spiritual beliefs with moral lessons. These beliefs are deeply rooted in the cultural and historical contexts of each religion, offering a rich tapestry of interpretations and stories about the afterlife and the supernatural. In Judeo-Christian traditions, the concept of ghosts appears in various forms. These traditions often depict ghosts as spirits of the deceased who have not yet found peace or have unfinished business in the mortal world. For instance, in the Bible, King Saul consults the Witch of Endor to summon the spirit of Prophet Samuel. This story highlights the belief in the ability to communicate with the dead and the moral and ethical implications of such actions. Such stories illustrate the complexities of life after death and the boundaries between the mortal world and the divine. They also reflect the human desire to understand what lies beyond our earthly existence and the moral lessons that can be drawn from these encounters. In Hinduism, the preta is a wandering spirit of someone who died with unfulfilled desires or improper rites. These spirits are often depicted as restless and suffering, seeking release through proper rituals and offerings from the living. Similarly, Buddhism speaks of hungry ghosts, beings tormented by insatiable desires, a metaphor for human suffering and attachment. These spirits are a reminder of the consequences of excessive attachment and the importance of spiritual liberation and enlightenment in Buddhist teachings. During the Middle Ages in Europe, ghost stories took on new dimensions, often influenced by the church and societal changes. These tales were not just simple stories to entertain. They were deeply rooted in the spiritual and moral fabric of the time. The church played a significant role in shaping these narratives, often using them to reinforce religious teachings and societal norms. Professor Margaret Linton, medieval literature expert, says, "Ghosts in medieval Europe were often seen as souls trapped in purgatory, seeking prayers from the living to ease their suffering. These spirits were believed to be in a state of limbo, unable to move on to the afterlife until their sins were absolved. The living were encouraged to pray for these souls, offering them a chance at redemption and peace." Literature from this period, like Dante's Divine Comedy, reflects these beliefs. Dante's work vividly depicts the journey of souls through hell, purgatory, and heaven, illustrating the medieval understanding of the afterlife and the moral consequences of one's actions on earth. The Renaissance brought about a shift, with ghosts appearing in plays and literature as harbingers of doom or catalysts for action. This era saw a renewed interest in classical antiquity and humanism, which influenced how ghosts were portrayed. They were no longer just souls in need of prayers, but became complex characters that drove the narrative forward. Shakespeare's works, such as Hamlet, use ghosts to explore themes of revenge, guilt, and the supernatural's role in human affairs. The ghost of King Hamlet, for instance, sets the entire plot in motion, urging Prince Hamlet to avenge his murder. This reflects the Renaissance fascination with the supernatural and its impact on human behavior and destiny. Let's explore how different cultures interpret ghosts through their folklore. Host, in Japan, the yurei are spirits bound to the physical world by strong emotions. Tales like The Ghost of Okiku showcase themes of betrayal and vengeance. African cultures have rich traditions involving spirits and ancestors. In some communities, it's believed that spirits can inhabit natural elements like trees or rivers. Dr. Diallo, these beliefs emphasize a connection between the living and the environment, highlighting respect for nature and the community. Stories like La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, serve as cautionary tales and reflect societal values. So why do ghost stories persist across time and cultures? What psychological needs do they fulfill? Dr. Sarah Mitchell, clinical psychologist, said, "Ghost stories allow us to explore fear in a controlled environment. They can also serve as a means of coping with grief, providing a way to maintain a connection with loved ones who have passed away. Furthermore, they often address the human fascination with the afterlife, morality, and the consequences of our actions." The Age of Enlightenment challenged superstitions, yet ghost stories didn't disappear. Instead, they evolved. Even as science advanced, people sought to reconcile empirical knowledge with spiritual experiences. The spiritualist movement of the 19th century attempted to use scientific methods to communicate with the dead. This era saw the rise of famous mediums and the practice of seances, which captivated both the public and notable figures like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. In the 20th and 21st centuries, ghosts found a new home in film, television, and digital media. Ghosts in media reflect contemporary anxieties, technology, isolation, existential threats. They also explore complex themes like identity, memory, and reality. From psychological thrillers to horror blockbusters, the supernatural continues to be a versatile tool for storytelling. Today, the internet has connected believers and skeptics worldwide, fostering communities that share experiences, evidence, and debates. This digital age has democratized ghost storytelling, allowing personal accounts to reach global audiences instantly. Dr. Alan Roberts, sociologist, said, "The proliferation of information can reinforce beliefs through echo chambers, but also provides platforms for critical analysis and skepticism." As we've journeyed through history, it's clear that ghosts are more than just stories. They're a reflection of our collective humanity. They embody our fears, our desires, and our quest to understand what lies beyond. In our next episode, we'll explore how modern ghost hunters use technology and investigative techniques to seek evidence of the paranormal. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, join us as we continue to unravel the mysteries that have fascinated us for generations. In the quest to uncover the truth behind paranormal phenomena, ghost hunters have equipped themselves with an array of high-tech gadgets. These devices range from EMF meters that detect electromagnetic fields to infrared cameras that capture heat signatures invisible to the naked eye. But how do these tools work, and what are they really detecting? Are they capturing evidence of the supernatural, or is there a scientific explanation behind their readings? Welcome back to the Science of Ghosts, where we delve into the mysteries of the unseen world. Today we venture into the fascinating world of ghost hunting to explore the tools and techniques used by modern investigators. Join us as we uncover the science behind these intriguing devices and their role in paranormal investigations. Ghost hunting has evolved dramatically over the centuries. From ancient rituals and seances to scientific investigations using advanced technology, our methods of exploring the paranormal have changed alongside our understanding of the world. The modern ghost hunter aims to collect empirical evidence of the paranormal, bridging the gap between mystery and science. Essential ghost hunting equipment. Electromagnetic field, EMF, meters. EMF meters detect fluctuations in electromagnetic fields. Some theorize that spirits can manipulate these fields, causing spikes that indicate a paranormal presence. Electromagnetic fields are all around us, generated by electronic devices and wiring. While EMF meters can detect these fields, interpreting the data requires caution to avoid false positives. Electronic voice phenomena, or EVP, recorders capture sounds at frequencies beyond human hearing. Investigators often review these recordings for unexplained voices or noises. Audio pareidolia can cause listeners to perceive patterns or words in random noise. It's important to analyze recordings critically, you know. These devices detect heat signatures and can capture images in complete darkness, potentially revealing apparitions or anomalies. Cold spots are often reported in haunted locations. Thermal imagers help visualize these temperature changes. Spirit boxes rapidly scan radio frequencies, creating white noise that some believe spirits can use to communicate. Critics argue that words picked up are coincidental fragments from radio stations. Motion sensors can detect movement that isn't visible to the naked eye. Trigger objects like toys or balls are placed to entice interaction. Effective ghost hunting isn't just about equipment, it's about methodology. We start by researching the location's history, looking for any events that might contribute to paranormal activity. Then we conduct a walkthrough to identify environmental factors. Investigators establish baseline readings for EMF, temperature, and sound to identify anomalies during the investigation. Control measures. We set up control measures to minimize contamination, locking doors, using synchronized equipment, and documenting environmental conditions. Detailed notes, photographs, and video recordings are essential for analyzing evidence later. As darkness falls, the investigation begins in earnest. Team members ask questions aloud, leaving pauses for responses. An EMF meter suddenly spikes. We're getting a reading here. Is there someone with us? Team members report sensations, cold spots, feelings of being watched. After the investigation, the real work begins, analyzing hours of footage and audio. This is where we sift through every second, looking for anything out of the ordinary. Team members review recordings, noting any anomalies. Every sound, every flicker of light is documented meticulously. We look for EVP responses that correlate with questions asked. These electronic voice phenomena can sometimes provide compelling evidence. However, we must rule out external noises or interference. It's crucial to ensure that what we hear is not just background noise. Visual evidence is scrutinized for anomalies like orbs, shadows, or unexplained movements. Each frame is carefully examined. Orbs are often just dust particles or insects reflecting light. We have to differentiate between natural and supernatural occurrences. We have to be careful not to jump to conclusions. Every piece of evidence is debated and scrutinized to ensure its validity. Over the years, numerous investigations have claimed to capture evidence of the paranormal. Let's examine some notable cases. Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Teams have reported unexplained noises, apparitions, and EVP recordings here. Known for its harsh history, investigators have documented shadow figures and eerie sounds. These locations have high emotional resonance, which can influence both the environment and investigators' perceptions. While technology has advanced significantly, skeptics argue that much of the so-called paranormal evidence can often be explained by natural phenomena or simple technological glitches. They believe that a rational explanation is usually more plausible than a supernatural one. EMF spikes can result from electrical wiring or devices such as microwaves, cell phones, or even faulty wiring in the walls. Thermal fluctuations might be due to drafts or insulation issues, which are common in older buildings and can create misleading cold spots. Understanding the limitations and proper use of ghost hunting equipment is crucial for accurate investigations. For instance, digital audio recorders can pick up radio frequencies, leading to false EVPs or electronic voice phenomena, which can easily be mistaken for ghostly voices. Investigating the paranormal isn't just about equipment and evidence. It's also about ethics. Respect for the locations and any entities is paramount. We always seek permission to investigate and strive to leave no trace. Privacy concerns must be addressed, especially when investigating private residences. Ghost hunting sits at the intersection of science and the supernatural. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, understanding the tools and techniques is key to exploring the unknown responsibly. In our next episode, we'll delve into the scientific explanations for paranormal activity, exploring how our brains and the environment can create experiences that seem otherworldly. Apparitions, unexplained mysteries, and chilling sensations. These are the elements that have fascinated and terrified humanity for centuries. The allure of the unknown continues to captivate our imaginations. Are these signs of the paranormal and the supernatural? Or are they simply tricks of the mind and natural phenomena that we don't yet fully understand? The line between reality and illusion often blurs. Can science offer answers to these age-old questions? Or do some mysteries remain beyond our grasp? The quest for understanding drives us forward. Welcome back to the Science of Ghosts, where we delve into the unknown with a critical eye. Join us as we separate fact from fiction. Today we explore how neuroscience and environmental factors may trick our senses, leading us to believe in the presence of the supernatural. Our perceptions can be deceiving. From cold spots and goosebumps to eerie feelings of being watched, we investigate how our brains and surroundings create the illusion of sensing the afterlife. Stay tuned as we uncover the science behind these sensations. Our journey begins with the most complex organ, the human brain. Our brains constantly interpret sensory information to construct our reality. However, this process isn't foolproof, and sometimes we perceive things that aren't there. Pareidolia and apophenia. Pareidolia is our tendency to perceive familiar patterns like faces in random stimuli. This pattern recognition is a survival mechanism, helping us quickly identify threats or familiar objects. Hallucinations. Hallucinations can occur under various conditions: sleep deprivation, stress, or neurological disorders. Visual or auditory hallucinations might be misinterpreted as paranormal experiences. Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon where people wake up unable to move, feeling trapped in their own bodies, unable to call for help. Often they experience a sense of dread or hallucinations, seeing shadowy figures or hearing strange noises that seem very real. During REM sleep, muscle atonia prevents us from acting out dreams, essentially paralyzing our bodies to keep us safe from harm. If you wake during this stage, you may be conscious but unable to move, feeling a heavy weight on your chest, making it hard to breathe. This can be accompanied by vivid hallucinations, making the experience even more frightening and surreal. These episodes can be terrifying and are sometimes attributed to supernatural forces like ghosts or demons due to their intense and surreal nature. Understanding the science behind sleep paralysis can help demystify these experiences and reduce the fear associated with them, bringing peace of mind. Environmental factors influencing perception. Infrasound refers to sound waves below 20 Hz, beyond human hearing, but still physically perceptible. Infrasound can cause feelings of unease, anxiety, and even visual disturbances due to vibrations affecting the body. High EMF exposure can influence our nervous system, leading to sensations like dizziness or paranoia. Faulty wiring or electrical appliances can create EMF hotspots. Before attributing experiences to ghosts, it's important to check for these sources. Exposure to carbon monoxide or mold can cause hallucinations and feelings of dread. Carbon monoxide poisoning reduces oxygen delivery to the brain, leading to cognitive impairment and sensory disturbances. Our perceptions are influenced by cognitive biases, systematic errors in thinking. If someone believes a location is haunted, they're more likely to interpret ambiguous events as paranormal. Memory is reconstructive. Over time, stories can become embellished or altered. Social influences and suggestibility can lead to collective belief in events that didn't occur. Neurological conditions and the paranormal. Seizures in the temporal lobe can produce intense religious or paranormal experiences. Patients may report visions, out-of-body experiences, or profound spiritual feelings. These conditions can cause hallucinations and delusions that might be interpreted as ghostly encounters. It's crucial to approach such experiences with sensitivity and consider medical evaluations. Culture shapes our interpretation of unexplained phenomena. In cultures where ghost beliefs are prevalent, people are more likely to attribute experiences to spirits. Horror films and stories can prime us to perceive paranormal activity. Exposure to supernatural themes increases the likelihood of interpreting ambiguous stimuli as ghostly. Let's examine real-world cases where scientific explanations clarified supposed hauntings. Workers reported apparitions and feelings of dread. Investigations revealed infrasound from machinery was the cause. A security camera captured a ghost, but analysis showed it was a spider web close to the lens. Often, environmental and technical factors explain these occurrences. The psychological benefits of belief in ghosts can be quite profound. These beliefs often provide comfort and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves, especially during times of loss or uncertainty. They offer a way to process emotions and navigate through difficult periods in life. Psychologist Dr. Mitchell. Such beliefs can help individuals cope with grief or provide a sense of control over the unknown. They can also foster community and shared experiences, bringing people together in their search for meaning and understanding. Understanding the science doesn't diminish personal experiences, but offers additional perspectives. It allows us to appreciate the complexity of human emotions and the various ways we find solace and understanding in the world around us, enriching our overall experience. While science provides explanations for many paranormal experiences, the allure of the unknown remains. Whether these events are misinterpretations or glimpses into something beyond our understanding, they continue to captivate us. In our final episode, we'll explore why the belief in ghosts persists and what it reveals about us as humans. Join us as we delve into the psychology of belief. Spirits and ghosts have captivated the human imagination across cultures and generations. But what fuels this lasting belief? In the final episode of The Science of Ghosts, we explore the psychology behind our fascination with the paranormal. From ancient civilizations to modern societies, ghost beliefs are nearly universal. These rituals honor ancestors and acknowledge the thin veil between the living and the dead. They reflect a deep-rooted human need to connect with those who've passed on. Confronting mortality is a fundamental human challenge. Belief in an afterlife or ghosts can alleviate the fear of death, offering hope that consciousness continues. This belief can provide comfort during grieving, allowing individuals to maintain a bond with lost loved ones. Psychologist Dr. Sarah Mitchell stated that our cognitive mechanisms are deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. These mechanisms have been shaped over millennia to help us survive and thrive in a complex world. Humans have evolved to detect agency in their environment. A rustle in the bushes might signal a predator. This heightened sense of awareness was crucial for our ancestors, as it helped them avoid danger and stay alive in the wild. This hypervigilance can lead to false positives, perceiving intent where there is none, such as attributing unexplained noises to ghosts. Our brains are wired to err on the side of caution, interpreting ambiguous stimuli as potential threats. We attribute mental states to others, aiding social interactions. This ability to understand and predict the thoughts and feelings of those around us is known as theory of mind, and it plays a crucial role in our social lives. This ability extends to non-human entities, including spirits, making it easier to believe they possess intentions. By attributing human-like qualities to these entities, we create a sense of connection and understanding which can be comforting and meaningful in various cultural and spiritual contexts. If you like this video so far, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any episodes. Beliefs are reinforced by social interactions. Storytelling traditions such as ghost stories are a staple of cultural folklore, passed down through generations. Films, books, and television perpetuate ghost narratives, normalizing belief and influencing perceptions. Social and cultural reinforcement plays a significant role in the persistence of ghost beliefs. The belief in ghosts can provide psychological benefits. Attributing events to supernatural causes can offer a sense of control in unpredictable situations. Ghosts can symbolize unresolved issues or represent moral lessons. These narratives help individuals and communities make sense of suffering and injustice. Psychological comfort and control are key factors in why people hold on to ghost beliefs. One interviewer claimed, "After my brother died, I felt an overwhelming sense of loss and emptiness. It was as if a part of me had vanished. But then, in the quiet moments, I felt his presence in subtle ways. A favorite song playing unexpectedly, a familiar scent wafting through the air, or even a gentle breeze that felt like a comforting touch. These small signs helped me cope with his loss. They were like whispers from the past, reminding me that he was still with me in spirit." Another witness also stated, "In our old house, we'd hear footsteps when no one was upstairs. The sound of creaky floorboards and the faint echo of steps became a familiar occurrence. At first it was unsettling, but over time we began to believe it was a friendly spirit watching over us. This belief made the experience less frightening and more comforting. It was as if the house itself was alive with memories and echoes of the past. These experiences, while subjective, are powerful and meaningful to those who have them. They provide a sense of connection and continuity, bridging the gap between the past and the present, and offering solace in times of grief." Some people are more prone to believe due to suggestibility. Suggestible individuals are more open to experiences like hypnosis and may be more likely to accept paranormal explanations. This isn't about gullibility, but about cognitive openness. While belief can be comforting, critical thinking is essential. Questioning our beliefs leads to deeper understanding. Skepticism isn't about dismissing experiences, but exploring them thoroughly. Balancing belief with inquiry allows for growth and prevents exploitation by those who might take advantage of credulity. Science and spirituality aren't mutually exclusive. Many find that exploring the unknown through both scientific and spiritual lenses enriches their worldview. Curiosity drives both fields, united by a desire to understand our place in the universe. From the vast expanse of the cosmos to the intricate workings of the human mind, our quest for knowledge knows no bounds. We gaze at the stars, wondering about the mysteries they hold, and we delve into the depths of our own consciousness, seeking to unravel the enigmas within. Our exploration of spirits and ghosts has led us through realms of history, technology, science, and psychology. We've seen how ancient civilizations interpreted the supernatural, how early scientists sought to measure and understand it, and how modern technology has given us new tools to explore these age-old questions. Psychologists have delved into the human psyche to understand why we see ghosts and what they represent to us. Whether they are external beings or creations of our own minds, ghosts reflect our deepest fears, hopes, and unanswered questions. They are a mirror to our innermost thoughts and emotions, a way for us to confront what we cannot easily explain. In group therapy sessions, people share their ghost stories, finding comfort in the shared experience. In dark, eerie landscapes, our imaginations run wild, filling the shadows with the unknown. As we close this chapter, perhaps the real ghost is the curiosity that haunts us all, the drive to seek answers in the unexplained. This curiosity pushes us to explore, to question, and to never settle for easy answers. It leads us into dark forests with flashlights, searching for what lies hidden. It drives explorers to study ancient maps, hoping to uncover lost knowledge. It is the thoughtful face, pondering the mysteries of existence. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your curiosity and willingness to explore the unknown have made this adventure possible. As we wave goodbye, close the book and see the smiling faces around us, we are reminded that the search for understanding is a shared endeavor. The applause after a presentation signifies not just the end of a chapter, but the beginning of new questions and new explorations. Remember, the pursuit of understanding is endless, and the mysteries of the unknown continue to inspire us. Whether in a lab, hiking through the wilderness, sitting in a classroom, or gazing at the night sky, we are all part of this grand quest. Each discovery leads to new questions, and each question brings us closer to understanding the universe and ourselves. Keep looking, keep asking, and keep exploring. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Join us for more explorations into the unknown. Your curiosity fuels our quest.